Yeah, coming to you live all the way from Brooklyn.
Hello, you beautiful people. Hope all is well in your world, and thank you again for joining me here at As Told by Aquarius. The universe is allowing the sun to provide us the great vitamin D that we need, and hopefully the universe has some good words of wisdom for us as they read. Can you have it all? Is it really possible? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But as the sun is about to enter the most dynamic area of your chart, you have a reason to try. You never know what you're capable of until you make the effort. Now, that is the type of words of wisdom from the universe that we all can get down with. And whether you are trying to actually obtain it all or just finding your little glimmer of happiness, all we can do is just try. That's all we got. Try, and try again. So yesterday, I was outside with the peoples, and I decided to ask them, what zodiac was the worst one you've dated, and why? Now, this will be a continuous series here on As Told by Aquarius because I like hearing about other people's experiences with different zodiac signs. Now, the reason why these people wouldn't date these signs again may have absolutely nothing to do with the zodiac itself, and maybe because these people were just assholes. However, I just like the idea that it could be the zodiac's fault. Blame it all on the zodiac! And first up, we have an Aries.
Cancer, she was just selfish as fuck and fucking just made me feel like I was alone in that shit. Fucking Cancer.
He don't like cancers. He don't like none of y'all. And next we have a Leo.
So the worst sign I've dated was I actually didn't date him because he's a Virgo, and it explains a lot. So what happened was, it was a situationship, but he was basically cheating on his girlfriends. He had like 3, and he was cheating on them, and I found out when I saw him with those 2 other girls at different times. So yeah.
Why he do her like that? That's not nice. Well, why he do all of them like that? That ain't nice. Next is Scorpio.
I have to say a Virgo. Never on time, always just flaking on plans. I don't want to blame the sign, but he happens to be a Virgo.
So we got 2 for Virgo right now. Virgos, what's going on? Tell me. Next up is Aquarius.
Pisces. I don't know. It was just a bad experience. I don't think it has anything to do with their sign. I don't know if, I think every sign has bad people, but like, Pisces hit different to me in a bad way.
I feel like the Pisces that dated him really hurt his fucking feelings. As we all know, Aquarius ain't emo, so he probably opened up and she was not with the shits. Next up is Cancer.
I feel like the worst has been a Scorpio. Scorpios, in my experience, does not go well with Cancers. They're very narcissistic, very bipolar, and very critical. I could tell a Scorpio from afar when they're already judging me and labeling me without even really knowing me. But I've been with Scorpios that I took them out on a date, paid for the ride, paid for the trip, paid for the food. And what do they say? They say to me, "Oh, now you think I owe you something?" And I was like, "Listen, bitch, I could open up the car and push you out of the Uber right now." I was being not kind. I was doing it altruistically. And it's always like, I don't believe your authenticity, and trying to make it think like, oh, you think you owe me now? You think this? I said, no, honey. But just be appreciative for one moment. Just not critical, not backing me down. They say that Cancers were not very protective of our feelings and other people's feelings, but don't come for me when I'm an ally. And I'm tired of people trying to start shit sometimes. I don't know what this girl that I was with or some other guy, their rising moon, I think it was a Taurus, but it's about general respect.
Don't be playing with people's feelings, Scorpio, you narcissist. Nah, but honestly, I've never gotten that from any of the Scorpios I know. So obviously that's a per person thing. Next up, we have Virgo.
I would never date a Gemini ever again. Why? Dysfunctional, menace, just crazy. And I cannot deal with it, honey.
I deal with the Gemini on the daily basis. Let's just say they're a lot. And next up is Taurus.
The worst sign I've dated was a Gemini because they're very like, well, not they, but I guess very back and forth. And like one day they're this person, and before you know it, the longer you know them, the more you realize there's a lot you don't know about them.
Okay, Gemini, you and Virgo are now 2 for 2. Lastly, we have a Leo. So let's hear what they have to say and see if they break the tie.
I would say an Aries, only because sometimes when we talk, the whole conversation was about them, and it was like we didn't really, there was no like back and forth, so it was like it just felt kind of like one-sided. So I felt like after a while, like, I could make everything great happen for them, but it was like on the other side, they didn't really put a lot of effort. So I would say that.
I'm sharing the same sentiment with this Leo here, but I'll talk more about that in the future. But to add to the conversation, my first ever boyfriend was a Cancer, and he was selfish as fuck. I happened to run into him as an adult, and he was still selfish as fuck. We actually decided to hang out as adults, scheduled a little bar date to, just catch up on each other's lives, because it's been years since we've seen each other. And he did ask the question, so what happened in our relationship? Why did you break up with me? And I told him in detail all of the reasons why I left. And his reply was like, damn, I didn't even know I was doing all that. That was fucked up what I did. Yes, it was. And I was bringing it up to you in a nice manner, but it wasn't sticking. Damn, you know what? I apologize. That was some childish shit. Yeah, we were teenagers. You were a child. But even in the process of us just becoming friends again, I realized he's still the same selfish ass kid he was when we was young. So I left again. So in closing, don't hold the zodiac's astrology and the horoscopes too hard when it comes to dating, because everyone's different. You might hate Aquarius, but I feel like I'm probably the nicest one you know. And I finally started posting things on the Instagrams. So stop by at As Told by Aquarius. Say hi, like a photo, request a topic. I'm here for you, babes.